with you sports production coming to you from Starlight Stadium in Langford, BC. Thanks for tuning in. We're at the 2025 Vancouver Island High School Rugby Sevens Championship hosted by Belmont Secondary. This should be a good one, folks. We got a lot of good talent out here, and it's going to be a good tournament. We're going to bring in the junior and senior semifinal and finals. And look out for a couple of teams. These Belmont teams are both undefeated all season, and look for them, both junior and senior teams, to be in the mix today. And in our first semifinal matchup in the junior boys, that is GNS versus Belmont, and Sachin Olak is going to swing this right over to Malachi Geither. And Geither, he's going to use his speed, but he's looking for opponents to keep up. He's got four of them coming at him, and I tell you what, he's pushing his way up, but that's tough with four of them there. And that goes right over to Jake Hansen, and Hansen, he gets the ball down below, but I'll tell you what, who comes up with it? That's Thompson, Gavin Thompson. He's going to swing it right over to Geither, and Geither giving it to Jervis, and that's in for the try, putting the Belmont team on the board first. And Belmont would continue to put the offensive pressure. That is Geither again. And Geither, he's going to be brought down, nicely held up, but that's Hansen. Hansen's just pushing away, trying to get him in for the try, but that'll put her on the ground, and that's going to bring it right over to Jervis. Jervis is going to swing it out, ends up in the hands of Kyle Faulkner in for the try, and Belmont getting up 2 tries early on in this game. And then the ball is going to go on the outside. That's to Jacob Hansen. And Jacob Hansen, this is one tank of a man right here. It's hard to bring down, and he just bulldozes his way into the end zone. Young man has some speed. And with the score 22-0, an impressive first half. And look out, here comes Belmont Bulldogs again. They just got this offense going. That's Faulkner. He's got a lot of speed. He just takes it to the outside, and he finds some space. He's pushed out, but not before he gets in for the try. And early on in the second half, and the scrum, that ball is going to come right out. That's Jervis, and Jervis, he's going to get the ball, and he is going to swing it right over to Hansen. Hansen, he's looking for Faulkner, and he'll get Faulkner. Faulkner's going to bring it up, and there's some good defense right there from GNS, but that ball goes over to Thompson. Thompson over to Olak, and Olak is bringing it up to his man. I'll tell you what, there goes Malachi Geither. Geither, he's going to get stopped dead in the track, but right over to Olak, and Olak, he will find space, and he is going to juke his way all in for the try. That's a great boost right there by Olak. And Belmont showing off their defense, and there's a big double shot right there. That's Bain, and number 6. That's a great play, and Belmont would win this one going away 41-0 over GNS, stamping their ticket into the finals. And next up to junior boys, Marcusfield against GP Vanier, and this is going to be an exciting matchup. Starting out with a great tackle there by Vanier, and look out, here comes Isfeld, and Isfeld, this young man, number 9, he is a speedy one, and he's got some jukes, and he's going to swing it out and in for the try. Getting on the board first is Isfeld. And then that's Vanier, and Vanier, the big man, he's just going to rumble and bumble. Oh, and that's a great pass back. That goes right to this long-legged man who can run like the Dickens, and he is into the end zone for the try. That's a great play by number 9. And then the ball goes back to Isfeld, and Isfeld, nice tackle right there by Vanier. Vanier putting the pressure on both these teams are pretty tight. And they get set up, Isfeld, and Isfeld swinging the ball out to the outside. No, he's going to slip inside. That is a great move. And into for a try, and Isfeld doing a great job up the middle. And then again, once going on the outside again, the big man, and the big man has some power, but he's got some wheels, but he will find once again. That is number 9 in for the try, and that's a great play. Vanier, they'll take the lead 22-21 this tight game, and that's where this one is going to end. And Vanier, they have now stamped their ticket to meet Belmont. That's going to be a great final for today's junior boys. And what a game. This was a seesaw battle, and Isfeld just came up a little bit short, but man, did they ever bring it today. These two teams showing what junior boys high school sevens rugby is all about. And now we move over to the first semifinal game of the senior boys. This should be a good one. This is Belmont, undefeated throughout the season. They're going to play, that is Vanier. This is a mirror image of that junior boys game. And look out first. Oh, that is going right over to Johnson, and Johnson in for the try. That's a beauty. And And look for Ryder Johnson all day for this Belmont squad. He's having himself a great season. And still early in the first half, that's Johnson again. And look at the power on this young man, but he's going to find some space right here and then keep swinging the ball over, and that's Gavin Christensen picking up the ball. This young man is a powerhouse, and he just pulls his way, and he's all the way with a stiff arm into the end zone. That's a try right there. That's a beauty. Gavin Christensen making something out of nothing. Belmont continuing to impress on offense. That is going to be Orr, and Orr is going to bring it right up the middle, and Orr is in for the try. And you got to love that. That's some quick execution by this Belmont squad early on. And Dante Acton looking to put two more on the board and doing a great job here. That's right down the middle. And more offensive pressure here from Belmont, and that is Dante Acton. Dante Acton with a beautiful right here. It's a chip kick, and you got to love it. That's Johnson. That's beautifully played by Acton into Johnson, in for the try. You got to love that. That's a beauty right there. And Belmont added again. Looks like the same play. And what's going to happen? That's Gavin Christensen. Gavin Christensen with a nice stiff arm. He's going to find his way upfield. Down the ground he goes. He'll get the ball out just before the half is going to end. That is going to be another one on the board for this Belmont squad. I'll tell you what, 28-0 at the half. And Belmont continuing what they do, put points on the board, and strong defense. GNS, they'll find a way here. They're going to try and get back in this game. But Dante Acton, he is going to find on the outside. That is going to be Chase Doucette, and Chase Doucette in for the try. And this young man back in action. That's good to see. And off the kickoff, this is a great kick. And it is going to hit the ground, and look what happens. It's going to go right to Sam Sheets. Sam Sheets, he's going to find his way in for the try. Belmont running away with this one. And this juggernaut of a team, you know, they are so good on both sides of the ball. And it's good to see the Belmont Bulldogs. They are moving on to today's finals, and that should be a good one. Waiting their opponent right now. Final score 56-0. And then the next senior boys semifinal, this is Spectrum against Vanier, and in their own end deep and bringing it out. That is Spectrum, and that is a nice toss to the outside. And look out, lickety split. This young man's got some wheels, and he's going to bring it all the way down for the try. Spectrum on the board first. And Vanier would knot it up, but then here comes Vanier and a little kick here, and look out. That is called, that goes right back to him. That's a beauty with the power slam, and that's for a try. Now Vanier, they're taking the lead, and then Spectrum with the ball. Spectrum looking to get right back in it, brought down, and that's going to be a great job by Vanier. They got the ball again, and they're going to swing it right out. Outside on the wing, and that's a good job by Spectrum. But look out, this Vanier club, they are moving this ball nicely, and that's a power right up the middle, in for the try. That's a beauty. Yeah, make this one a final 26-5. Vanier over Spectrum. Vanier, Belmont, the senior boys coming up later. Now we've got the championship game for the junior boys. That's Belmont up against Vanier. This should be a really good game. Two strong teams. And right away, the scrum and Belmont, that's Jervis. He's going to get the ball. And Jervis, he's going to swing it out right over to Thompson. And Gavin Thompson, he is going to bring in this. Young man has wheels. And in for the try. Ooh, a little extracurricular there. That's okay. Belmont on the board first. And then Vanier looking to answer it away. And that's going to be swing over. I'll tell you what. Here comes Vanier. Vanier finds a space up the middle. Oh, and this young man, that's a whistle. Look out, here comes Jacob Hansen. And Hansen ragdolls and rips the ball right out of his hands. What a play by Hansen. That is some power right there. And he brings it all the way out to the outside. That's Faulkner. And Faulkner is going to turn on the Jets. And he's going to find it for a try. What a job there by Jacob Hansen. Getting it over to Faulkner. You got to love that. Belmont up early. And Belmont just doing a great job early. And out of the scrum again. And that's going to be Jervis. And Jervis is going to get tackled. But he's going to do a great job. He's getting it back right to, I believe that's Faulkner. That's over to Hansen. Hansen over to Malachi Geither. Geither out to Thompson. And Thompson, he looked for the edge and he'll find it. And this young man, strong legs for the try. And that's a beauty right there. Thompson having a game. And there's no quit in this Vanier team. And Vanier, the big man, bringing it up. But that is Hansen. Hansen hard on his heels. Oh, and he's going to knock the ball loose. And Belmont they regain possession. I tell you what, in midfield, this ball is going to go over to Hansen. Hansen, he's going to look out on the outside. No, he's going to take it himself. And Hansen, he's coming down, but he sees on the outside. He's got somebody, and that's Olak. Olak's going to pick the ball up. He's going to turn, and Olak going down, but nope, he's going to get it off to 11, and that's over to Jervis, and Jervis swings it on the outside. And we got a man, that's Faulkner, and there go the wheels again, and this is when he turns on the Jets, and Faulkner in again. Young man having himself a game, and Vanier looking to put something on the board. And look out, the big man. And there is Jacob Hansen. He's going to bring him down, but not before the big man. He gets rid of the ball and retaining possession here. That is Vanier. Vanier's going to get out of the scrum, and they're going to start to swing this ball. And big man is going to go to the outside, and he's going in for the try. That's a great job by Vanier. And Faulkner and Gavin Thompson, they would put another try each on the board, make it 40-7 for the Belmont team. And I'll tell you what, Belmont, back-to-back championships, Vancouver Island champions, and they are off to provincials, and that's an undefeated season, and that is a lot of power. You got to give a lot of respect to this team. And we caught up with a couple of key players on their thoughts on the game.
So he saw the gap because I went too far in because I was trying to go intercept the ball, and I was like, this guy's slow as hell. I'm gonna go catch him and make him pay. So,
and you made him pay.
Yeah, and I got the ball.
Malachi, some great runs out there as usual. Tell me about you playing with your teammates.
Yeah, doing pretty good. Honestly, it's all about the energy, you know. It's pretty fun because I actually get to play with my friends, from community and all that. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm happy to win this back-to-back, and I'm just hoping for more during my varsity season.
Great job by the junior boys. Now it's the seniors, and the seniors, they're going to bring it. They've undefeated this season. This is a powerhouse team, and they're going to be up against Vanier, who's earned the right to be in the finals, just like Belmont. This should be a really, really good matchup. Yeah, and a great crowd on hand for the senior boys. This should be a great game, and full of excitement. And Vanier moving the ball early into Belmont territory. I'm going to swing it to the outside, and young man with some power, and he is bold as a trooper. There's Caden Hughes, and Caden Hughes is going to, the outside man, Hughes is going to grab him, and down he will go. That's a great tackle. And then Belmont would have the ball out. Sheets going to bring it right over to Acton. Acton, he's going to swing it right over to Doucette, and you will not catch this young man. He just turns on to the Jets, and into the try zone is Doucette. And then with the extra, that is Acton. That's a great boot right there. And then right out of the scrum, that's going to be a great ball over to Christensen. Christensen, he's going to bring himself down. He's got a man on him. Christensen, he is going to get the ball back. That's Addison May, and May's going to get this. Oh, look out on the outside. That is Johnson, and Johnson, he is bringing it down. And you can't bring him down. He's hit for the try. You got to love that. He's in the try zone. He can put her down in that. Great job by Belmont. Now Belmont with the ball again, and that is Doucette. And Doucette goes down to the ground, but he is going to get this out, and that is Acton. What a move by Acton. That is a beauty. Let's take a look at this one again. Young man with a shifty move right there. And Acton's going to come right away with the ball. And look at this. He's got the dummy pass there, and he will just slip the defenders. And he goes, that's a great move, veteran move by Dante Acton. Belmont would run away with this game 40-0. They just had a great tournament, undefeated on the season, and you got to love it. These young men have done a great job at putting together a great team, and it's well coached. And kudos to everybody. Everybody had a great tournament, but Belmont really showed up today. You got to love this tournament. Run well. Let's get out in the community. Let's support events like this. My name is Cam Smith with Youth Sports Production. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the field.